Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Rainmaker's Roundup. I am your host, Mark Iorio, and I am with Staci Bender-Epstein, who is founder and CEO of B Group. How are you, honey?
I'm good. Thanks for having me today.
You're welcome. Good handshake.
Yes. Firm handshake.
That's right.
Look in the eyes.
That's right. Look at me. Please look at me. Oh, my gosh. You started your career in marketing.
Yeah.
Right?
I did.
You had a big marketing background.
I did.
You know, and,
Yeah.
and then you transitioned over to staffing.
I did.
How'd you do that?
Yeah, that's a story. Let's see. I'll try to not bore you with the details.
It's not boring. It's a lot of fun.
No, but I mean, we could spend our entire time talking about my journey. But no, it's a fun one, and I think everybody's journey to where they got to today.
Yeah.
Creates who you are.
Well, I mean, but Mark, you start out
totally
marketing,
different.
and here, I mean,
Yes.
it's pretty different.
Yeah,
You know?
so when I graduated, I worked in the marketing agency world, and then I went to work for a technology-based economic development firm where I still did marketing.
Yep.
Then I went to work for an IT staffing company for a little bit over a year. So
Okay.
that was a little bit of my entree into staffing.
Yep.
But after that, I went back to my roots in marketing, and I started a public relations and social media agency.
Yeah.
I had that for a handful of years, had a few business partners, and then I exited that business in 2014. And I was like, okay, what's next?
What do you
I
do
have
next?
no idea. I had
Right.
just gotten married, I moved, I sold the company, and I'm like, okay. And I think the one constant throughout my entire career has been that I'm a very good connector.
Oh,
I don't
yes.
like saying nice things about myself.
No, you are.
But
Huge.
and this is the worst thing you should say, but I am a people person.
Yes.
I
No,
feed
you
off
are.
of others. So I started placing friends and people I knew for fun and for free. But I'm not.
I didn't know that. You did do that?
I did. So I had some of my clients that I've known previous years that came to me and said, hey, Stace, we're building out our teams, and we need a salesperson, we need a chief revenue officer. And I said, well, let me help you.
Yeah.
And then it became more of a career path. And I said, I really enjoy this. I love helping people find jobs. So that is when I started B Group. And B Group is really my maiden name and my married name. And I put it together, and it's kind of like, be whatever you want to be.
I've known you for a long time. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Bender-Epstein.
That's right. Bring it together.
That's cool.
Thank you.
So you've got most of your focus at B Group is on IT and marketing.
So industry-wise,
Right.
we're kind of agnostic. So we've been in business for 4 years, and we're still sort of navigating exactly what industry. But we have clients in medical device, software, technology, life science, marketing agencies. I think on the skill set side is where a bit more focused, which is what you were getting at.
Right.
We do a lot in sales. We do a lot in marketing.
Yeah.
That's my background. And
Yeah.
actually, my husband is my business partner, and his background is technology and staffing. We do a little bit in technology, but on the customer-facing side.
Okay.
And then we do a little bit of accounting finance.
Customer-facing side, Stace, what do you mean by that?
So business analysis, project management, those kinds of roles.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what are your, this is the question.
Yeah.
Why is B Group so different than every other staffing agency out there?
Yeah, so at the end of the day, I mean, there is a differentiator, but truly at the end of the day, I think all staffing companies are trying to deliver great talent to great companies and their clients. I mean, that really is at the basis. And yes, we do try to be different. I think that, us as a team makes us different than anybody else.
Yeah.
I think our knowledge and our background, I think the reason that, when I started this, I had in mind that the talent acquisition process is broken from an employer perspective and a candidate perspective.
Why?
There's a
Long story?
Long list. I mean, there's ghosting. The interview process takes so long. Well, unemployment is so low, so it's hard to find good candidates. I mean, that's more of a recent
You know what I heard
thing.
the other day? 9.3 million job openings right now, according to Korn Ferry.
Yeah.
And
You're
I think
right.
it's like 10 years ago, the ratio was 40-1. So 40 people to every one job.
Yeah.
Today, it's 0.83.
That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. I mean, it doesn't surprise us because we're in it every day.
Yeah.
But, I just think that our focus on having a broken industry and trying to change it a little bit organically, but also what makes us different is we've constructed a referral program and process internally to B Group called Beferral, which just really allows us, we're not on job boards a lot, so we're really recruiting through our networks, which makes us a little bit different than, staffing companies that use job job boards. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just something that's, very important to us so we can build our candidate network using all of our referrals.
Right.
And the other thing is sales is a big part of what we do and place.
Yep.
There's not a ton of staffing companies that do that. There are definitely some out there and some great ones, but we've developed and rolled out a model that's a shared risk, shared reward model with our clients that really it sort of ramps up on the fee part of it so that when the salesperson, as they're progressing and doing well, we earn more money.
That's
I
really
mean, listen,
smart.
we are very cognizant that fees are, our clients have to pay fees for the people. There's a true value in what we deliver, but they're real fees and that's real money. And we just want to be aware of that and sort of share in that risk and reward.
So as the salesperson progresses, the fee changes.
Our fees go up. So it's within the year. So
Wow.
it may start out as a percent. We only get 1% of that whole fee. Month 1, month 2, and then it increases. And honestly, as that salesperson is doing well, the client feels a lot better
Of course.
paying our check.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
You also belong to a number of organizations. You're a WeBank business.
Certified
right?
business,
You're
yep,
certified
we are.
WeBank.
Yeah.
But you also belong to a number of organizations, right? So you get the word out
do.
a lot about that.
We do. I'm a big fan of a lot of organizations. I said if I really didn't have to work, I would just volunteer all day and be part of every organization. But I mean, some of them that have been influential in my career, whether it's recent or along my entire career path, is the Alliance of Women Entrepreneurs, which is ALL. The Power of Professional Women,
Okay.
Jewish Business Network, IBA, which is the Independence Business Alliance.
Wow.
I think PACT has probably had the biggest effect on my career.
What tell us about that?
It's so it's the Philadelphia Alliance for Capital and Technology. Capital and Technologies. It used to be the Eastern Technology Council way back in the day when I was starting my career as an intern. And it's just incredible networking, great programming. I mean, all the organizations I mentioned have incredible programming, but I think PACT I was part of since I was an intern, so it's very near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
And then from a nonprofit perspective, I volunteer, and actually my husband does as well, for Summer Search. Philadelphia, which is it focuses on high school students in lower income communities, and through these mentoring programs and transformative, learning programs and trips, it really helps them throughout their entire high school career. I think it's sophomore year through all the way through college.
Oh, that's great.
And we just had an event the other day, and it was like brought tears to my eyes to see these
that's
students
great.
graduate. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
So anyway,
yeah.
I would volunteer all day long and go to events all day
Yeah,
long.
all day
but
long.
I can't because I have a day job.
Yeah, right. And you have to make money.
And I have to make money.
Right.
Yes.
One of the questions we were going to touch on is, and I need to know the answer to this, because when people look at IT and marketing, they don't make the connection that we in marketing and and staffing do, right?
Yeah.
How did you make that? How did B Group make the connection between IT and
gotcha.
marketing?
I think when you start a business, you take what you know and what you're good at and what you're
Yes,
comfortable with.
yes.
So when I was starting and I started to place people, because my background was a lot of sales and marketing, but within the technology industry, that's what we started placing. And then when my husband Ed joined the company about 2 years ago, his entire background is in technology and staffing specifically for the past 14 years of his career before B Group, and mass staffing, like starting 80 contractors a month.
Wow.
So yeah, a lot. So, and he worked for a very large company, but that's really where we started because that's where the comfortability level is.
Yeah.
But when I said we recruit through our network, it really allows clients to say, hey, B Group, I know you're placing sales and marketing, maybe some IT, but we need help with a legal position. Can you tap into your network and find us someone? Or, we work with a large financial consulting company, and they're like, hey, we need a salesperson in DC, can you help us? So I really think because the way we recruit is slightly different, it allows us to break into different industries and
Other
different
industries,
skill
yeah.
set.
Not to mention the fact that marketing and IT have kind of merged over the last 20 years, right?
Yes.
So a lot of that digital marketing, is
Huge.
analytical, right? And you
Very.
have to have people that have an IT background and a marketing
That's right.
background.
A lot of our spots or our positions do have that, collaborative
That
effort.
interaction,
They do.
right?
Yeah.
So aside from this unemployment issue, which is really probably a struggle in a way for you, but in another way, in another regard, it's probably a godsend, right? Because you've got so many open jobs out there.
We
right?
do. And you know what? I know unemployment rate is low, and I would never argue Korn Ferry statistics or any of them, but there's still really good people out there looking for jobs. There always will be. And what's interesting is they may not be actively looking, but they're what we call passive candidates. They're in jobs, and they're going along, they're happy, but maybe you start a conversation now that in 2 years when they're ready, you've built that relationship with that candidate and it's there. So there's still really good people looking, but yeah, I mean, it's a little bit more of a challenge.
Yeah. So, and headwinds, what other, what other headwinds are you seeing?
Well, every day and looking back at previous years, we try to look at, what mistakes were made, what challenges did we face. And I still think at the end of the day, we want to align ourselves with great clients. We'd like to think all of our clients are perfect and wonderful, and most of them are. But sometimes you have to find that right partnership. It doesn't make them a bad company. It just doesn't make it the right partner for B Group.
Right.
And sometimes it's tough.
It is
navigating
tough.
your way through that relationship. But we're getting smarter over the years. I had a business before, so it's learning every single day.
I know.
But I think so. Aligning yourselves with the right clients. Finding the right candidates. I mean, we're a little bit lucky in that regard because a lot of them are referrals. So it's almost like a warm lead by the time it gets to us.
Right.
But I think that, and then, navigating through the interview process once a candidate is in there. How many interviews? Can you keep them happy? Because it's a candidate's market right now. They're not waiting 2 months.
Yeah.
When they're in that process, they're like, listen, I have like 2 weeks and I have 3 other offers.
Exactly.
So, I mean, there's
Like
a
make a
bunch
decision,
of challenges.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of challenges.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick break, okay? All right. When we come back, we're going to talk more with Staci about what's going on and how B Group does its marketing and how it gets new clients, other than this referral program that they have. We'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Medicare coverage can be a very confusing and complicated process. Help is just a phone call away, 856-226-4800. As a licensed insurance agent, I'll assist you in making an informed and confident decision on a Medicare plan that meets your needs, lifestyle, and budget. Call me today for a free, no obligation Medicare benefits consultation, 856-226-4800.
When did you see the sign?
When I needed to create a better visitor experience.
Improve our workflow.
Attract new customers. That's when Fast Signs recommended Fleet Graphics.
Yeah, now business is rolling in. Get started at fastsigns.com.
What do I want to be when I grow up? Maybe a musician? A veterinarian? Maybe an equestrian? A mommy? Well, why not be all these things and more? Consider joining me, Dr. V, with friends and colleagues as we explore a wide range of topics together. V is for variety, here on RVN TV.
There you go, Richard. Oh! Is that too hard for you?
No. Is it too hard for you?
Woo! We're playing catch now. Oh, shit.
Why should you choose Rowan College at Gloucester County? Low cost, the #1 nursing program in all of New Jersey. More than 70 programs of study, including selective admissions. With record enrollment. A premier partnership with Rowan University. Transfer options with numerous universities. 4-year degree options on our campus. Rowan College at Gloucester County. Now you're thinking.
Welcome back to Rainmaker's Roundup. I am your host, Mark Iorio. I'm with Staci Bender-Epstein, founder and CEO of B Group.
I feel like I always make you laugh.
Yeah,
I don't mean to.
because her energy is so unbelievable that I might say something really dumb and she's laughing like crazy.
I've always been like this.
I know. But she's awesome. You're awesome.
Thank you.
And you work with Ed, right? You work with your husband.
Wow, that was a really, you dug right in there. Yes, I do. I do
work with
my
Ed,
husband.
and how's that going?
Yeah, so it's going great. I mean, the truth is we've worked together many, many years ago. So we did have that going, but the truth is we both are good at different things.
Yeah.
Ed brings an incredible amount of talent from the staffing industry, technology, all of that.
Yeah.
And I do my thing. I mean, I'm out there a lot. I'm doing a lot of business development. I mean, so is Ed, but we sort of split our responsibilities sometimes and all of that. So
yeah,
it's a good marriage, pun intended.
So it's great to see that, because you're adding. You know, when you said earlier, you have this. You're adding the sales side. To B Group, which is really cool, because salespeople are hard to place.
They are.
They're very, very hard to place. And companies that are looking for salespeople have very specific needs and desires for salespeople, right?
Yeah.
So that's not an easy thing, and it's
No.
making B Group really even more unique.
It is. It is. I mean, finding really good. I know that I've struggled with that in the past at my other company. We haven't had the opportunity to hire sales folks at B Group yet, but it is a challenge, because I think even through the interview process, some salespeople can kind of weasel their way in, and they're good at asking the right questions and, really talking up their resume, and we did this and this, and we increased sales by this. I don't know. I think we're good at seeing through some of the BS. I think we're really great. I mean, I'm so glad I got to make this point. Actually, it's not just with sales, but also very much with sales. It is so much more about what's on that resume. It is about those soft skills, personality, drive, enthusiasm, especially with sales. But I want to make that point even when we're hiring anything. When we work with clients, we want it to be a real partnership. We want them to trust us and value our opinion. And when we say, look past these one or two things on the resume, because this person is going to kill it, and they trust us. But even so with sales, a lot of it is drive and determination and passion and all of those soft skills you can't read.
How do you find those things out when you are interviewing someone and they become a candidate, right? How do you find out what those soft skills are?
Yeah, I mean, some of it we have good elicitation skills, and we're good at asking the right questions, and we know from experience. A lot of times I'll jump right on LinkedIn and see who we have in common, and I'll go right to those people that we have in common and ask them, and I do my own due diligence behind the scenes. So a lot of it is asking others, asking the right questions, digging a little deep. Even sometimes not sometimes, we go on everybody's social media.
Do you use assessment tools?
We have thought about it. We don't right now. We've looked into PI and DISC. I mean, we're familiar with all of them, but we do not use a tool right now. But we've looked into a lot of them.
But
and they're good.
They're good tools.
They are great tools.
You're using instinct here to understand how people operate, right?
We are.
Who they are as individuals, and what their backgrounds are. People trust them,
Very much
Do they have credibility?
Yeah.
Are they honest? Do they show up for work on time? What's their family situation like, right? All those things.
And there's always ways to figure that stuff out without asking directly, because we have to be very careful. Like, you cannot ask somebody their salary. You can't ask them, are you married, whatever. But there's ways.
Yeah, there's ways to check that out.
Finagle it and get that information back to you.
Yeah, right. So 4 years you've been in business, right?
Yeah.
Ed's been with you for 2. I'm sure you've got some awesome case studies and success stories that you can share with us.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot over the past 4 years, but
Oh, that's good to hear.
there are. I guess the one I would use last year and the year before is not the same one I would use now. But if I had to choose a story now, it's probably a company we're working with. It's a software company in the life science digital pathology space. For a bunch of reasons. It's not just because we've made a few placements with them. Of course, that's amazing, and we're
Right.
happy about that, and we get paid. But the partnership is amazing. Like, even from the start, it was a referral in to the chairman, and then we got to know little by little each person. It's a young company. It's startup. They just received, a big influx of cash. I think it was
always good.
Series B or Series A. Yeah, I'm like blanking on that right at the moment. But yeah, it is good. And they were building out their team.
Yeah.
And you never know. You ask for an intro in, and sometimes it's yes, no. This was fantastic from the start. I mean, literally, I stopped by there the other day just to say hi, sit down, and hear what's going on, hear how our candidates are doing,
Yeah.
how are they progressing, what might they need help with, are there any other positions?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I think that it's the value that we bring, but it's the respect and value that the clients have with us, and it's really a true partnership. I told you I wasn't going to get emotional, but it's so funny because good clients are like
Oh, no.
the heart and soul of our company. So
Right.
are the candidates, but they're just such a wonderful client. It makes you wake up and want to work on spots.
But exactly. But what's cool about what you just said is you go up to this place, you drive up there,
Yeah.
and check out the candidates.
Oh, yeah.
How are they doing? They
Yeah.
feel like they're part of part of your family, part of the B Group family.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, honestly, on the permanent side, so we do contract placement, temporary workers, and
Sure.
perm. And on the perm side, the way it works, I don't know if you know this in our business, but you place a candidate, you get paid net 30, it's a 90-day guarantee. That's standard. Sometimes it's different.
Yep.
But it goes so beyond that 90 days, at least for us. And I'm sure lots of other staffing companies care and follow up, but that matters so much to us.
Well, that personal touch is huge.
Personal touch is huge. The candidate being there is huge. And then the client, who do you think they're going to recommend if somebody comes to them later on and says, hey, do you have a really good staffing company you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi,
Yeah.
B Group.
That's great.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Right.
Yeah, it is great.
No, we were talking about not the case study, but some of the headwinds that you're facing in the industry, right? And when let's take this example that you just gave us. What do you think the CEO would say to you if you and Ed sat down with him? Is it gentleman?
Oh, the CEO of the company?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
What is he looking for, and how is B Group able to fulfill that need?
Yeah, I remember the first meeting. It was in this little hot conference room, and it was really a lot of it is rapport, and a lot of it is there chemistry between you and the client. It's like dating.
Yeah.
You're not going to be right for everybody.
Right.
But it was a lot of questions. It's not even just about digging into the requirement and what's the job description and how can we help you. It's
Right.
what challenges have you faced trying to find this right person? How long has this position been open? Forget the job description. What are the 2 or 3 key qualities that this candidate has to possess to do well in their job?
Absolutely.
What is the culture like? I mean, culture is, I don't care if you're millennial, baby boomer, whatever. Culture is huge. Everybody wants an environment where, yes, there's a happy, thriving, morale and all of that, but what's the trajectory for me? How can I learn and grow and not stay stagnant in my position?
Exactly.
So all of that conversation happens with a client up front, we hope.
Yep.
If we come in and they just say, oh, okay, Beaker, we have this requirement open, can you help us?
Right.
We're
It doesn't
probably not the best partner.
Yeah.
We're just not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think when it's you and Ed, and you go in there and you've got this this relationship with this organization, you do have that personal feel for the organization and the person that is looking to fill a slot. You're changing lives. You're changing the lives of these people.
Yeah.
Not just the CEO, but the people that you're placing and their families.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Who's inspired you over the years?
Who or what?
Who or
Or
what?
both.
Or
There's
both.
a lot that motivates and inspires Staci. It's what gets me through all my days. For real, the number one thing, music is the biggest inspiration and motivator.
I didn't know that.
Huge music fan.
Really?
And I'm sure I'd surprise you if I told you what I was listening to on the
All
way
right,
over.
tell me.
Oh I didn't really think you were going to
Tell
ask.
me,
But
what?
I mean, I literally went from like Steve Miller Band and then Metallica to like electronic dance music.
All right.
I know, I'm like a very
No, that's
eclectic
fine.
style.
Yeah.
But I mean, music, working out, I do Orange Theory Fitness. I started yoga, which honestly is very inspiring. I never thought I would like
No
it.
kidding.
Yeah, it's been incredibly inspiring, and it's about me.
Yep.
All that noise that goes on in a day, the yoga's about Staci, and I think it's really important for everyone who's running around and busy, and I do have that crazy personality, to just kind of be with yourself and focus and all of that. Books, travel, I think those are things that inspire me. People. Lots of people. You inspire me, Mark.
Aw,
I mean, for
Staci.
like, I really feed off of people, but I mean, obviously, not obviously, but my husband, Ed, who's also my business partner, my family, my parents, friends are very sacred to me. Relationships are, and
Yeah.
mentors.
Yeah.
Lots of things inspire
Yeah,
me.
you've had a lot.
That was a loaded answer.
No, that's okay. But that's what drives you every day. When your feet hit the ground,
Yeah.
when you get out of bed in the morning, you are, right?
That's a whole process in itself. I pop up at 5:30. I like go
Do you
and
really?
wish people a happy birthday on Facebook. I check out my email. I read a little part of my book. I eat my breakfast.
Oh my
put my dog
goodness.
food in the bowl. And yeah, it's insane.
Oh my.
Yeah, super fun living with me.
Yeah, I'll bet it is. High energy.
Yes.
But you've done a great job with B Group.
thank
you
you.
really have. I mean, you really have established a niche in the marketplace where, you know, between IT and marketing and some of these other organization industries that you're dealing with is really critical, and it's really important. Working with Ed has been probably a lot of fun for you, and really a growth opportunity. And making this incredible transition from marketing into a staffing agency is really something.
Yeah.
It's hard to pivot.
It is, but what's interesting is I'm sort of happy not to have to do some of that work,
Yeah.
but really I have such a great understanding of that industry that now we can place people in those jobs. So it is a pivot, but really like along my whole career so far, I've always been helping people.
Yeah.
Now I'm just getting paid for it in a different way. It's just a different way of thinking about it, but it was certainly a pivot. I think it made it easier because I had a little bit of time to figure it out because I was at a different stage in my
Yeah.
life and career. But it is fun growing the business, but you know, we have growth plans. It's never fast enough for me.
Yeah.
There's a downfall of Staci.
I'm sure.
It's like I always want immediate gratification.
exactly.
And that is not how life happens
No,
or business. So
no.
I need to be slightly patient.
A little patient.
A little bit.
I will tell you though that the orange tie and the blue stripe,
That's right.
that's the B Group.
Totally not prepared.
You
right?
inspire me. I'll tell you right now. You
We
do.
didn't even know that, and
I
it just
know.
happened.
It's been great to have you.
Thank you so
30
much.
minutes flew by.
It did.
Oh my.
You were right.
I know,
I'll
I told
stay for
you.
another hour. Thank you so
You're
much
welcome
for
to
having
come
me.
back anytime.
Thank you.
Would you tell everyone how to get in touch with you?
Sure.
And the B Group?
Yes, I'll make it easy and just say bgroupconnects.com. That's BEGROUPCONNECTS.com. Thanks so much.
Been an amazing 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, on Rainmaker's Roundup. Staci Bender-Epstein from the B Group, founder and president, CEO. Been awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful week and safe week, everyone. We'll see you next week on RVN TV, Rainmaker's Roundup. Have a great week.